Not only are rappers some of the most influential people in world affairs, they also have some assets that only billionaires on the Forbes list can splurge their money on. Items with price tags ranging from thousands to millions of dollars. In today's video, we're going to show you 5 items that Lil Durk owns that only billionaires spend their money on. One of Lil Durk's top earners is real estate, and not only does he invest in houses, but he also purchases them. To begin with, Lil Durk owns a home in Atlanta, Georgia. In the Chateau neighborhood, Brazelton, lies Lil Durk's home in a gated community just north of Atlanta, Georgia. The estate, which is a 3,500-acre complex, contains approximately 2,000 custom-built luxury homes with property prices ranging from $400,000 to $3 million. Life in this estate has been described as resort-style living, as the house has 3 golf courses, a winery, a sports club, a spa, and a collection of restaurants. This should paint an idea of what Lil Durk's neighborhood looks like. As for his home, the 6,000 square foot space house has 6 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms. The marble-floored mansion also houses a recording studio, a gym, a gourmet kitchen with top-notch stainless steel appliances. It also has an incredible lakeside view surrounded by serene greenery with a wide front garden. You may recognize Lil Durk's Atlanta mansion from the news, as he recently had a home invasion in July of 2021. According to reports, certain individuals broke into his home and a gunfight followed between Lil Durk, his girlfriend India Royale, and the invaders. The invaders managed to escape before the police arrived. Luckily, neither Lil Durk nor his girlfriend India Royale was hurt in the incident. Lil Durk also owns a home in Hollywood, California, which he purchased in 2015. Due to the insecurity and gang killings in Chicago, Lil Durk had to move himself and his family from Chi-Town. The rapper got a great deal on a home in Hollywood, California. He shared this by posting a picture with himself and his real estate agent. His real estate agent also took to her Twitter to post about the house. She wrote, "Welcome Lil Durk to his new home in Hollywood Hills today. It's all about the view." Before moving to his California home, Lil Durk lived in his grandmother's 3-bedroom house in Chicago. Although Lil Durk now lives in his Atlanta home, he still owns his home in Hollywood, California, and he often spends some time there. As we said earlier, Lil Durk is also involved in the real estate business, and he often invests in houses in order to flip them for profit. He recently purchased the Chicago Parkway Garden, where he and King Von once lived. The property, which spans through 3 buildings and 694 apartments, was posted up for sale, and Lil Durk replied with a tweet saying, "I'll buy it, don't matter how much it is." The real price is unknown, but for a property that big, reports have it that Lil Durk splurged nearly $1 million on it. Before the purchase was made, he had to sign an agreement with the government to ensure that the price of the apartments would be affordable for people in the community. Is a rapper truly in the rap industry without an exotic car parked in his garage? Probably not, but a rapper with 6 figures like Lil Durk, you can surely expect to find a collection of exotic cars parked in his garage. Lil Durk enjoys spending his money on things that he loves, and one of these things is supercars. The rapper has a collection of all sorts of exotic cars, ranging from vintage cars to hybrid cars and even supercars. In his car collection, you'll find a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. The Cullinan is one of the most expensive SUVs and the first of its kind from the Rolls-Royce brand. Only people with a yearly paycheck above 6 figures can afford to buy a toy like this. The Cullinan costs $400,000, and it has 563 bhp of power with 0 to 100 figures that can be archived in 4.8 seconds. Among its supercars is a Lamborghini Urus. This car speaks beyond class. It speaks elegance and prestige, and it's a perfect fit for billionaires, except, of course, your Lil Durk. The Urus is one of the most powerful SUVs produced by the Lamborghini brand, and it has an incredible 650 HP of max power, and it can reach 0 to 100 kmph in just 3.2 seconds. Being one of the richest rappers, it's only right that Lil Durk's vehicle stands out. His Urus is customized with a brown interior and matte black exterior, and it costs about $230,000. Lil Durk also owns a Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. This vehicle is also an incredibly strong SUV. Just like his Urus, Lil Durk also had this bad boy customized to his taste. The interior has red leather wraps and the number 300 engraved on the seats like the movie 300, and the exterior is painted in gray. The car has a 707 bhp of power, and it can go from 0 to 100 kmph in 3.3 seconds. The rapper purchased the vehicle for $100,000. Just as Lil Durk adores foreign supercar brands, he also goes on a good old-fashioned ride in an American ride. He owns a Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat, which has a power output of 797 bhp, which can accelerate the car from 0 to 100 kmph in 4 seconds. Lil Durk purchased the vehicle for $85,000. Lil Durk owns a Lamborghini Aventador, and it's his only supercar that has a max power of 700 bhp and 0 to 100 kmph in 2.9 seconds. The Lambo truck is said to cost him $450,000. In his garage is a custom-made Cadillac Eldorado. This red metallic painted Cadillac is one of Lil Durk's most used vehicles, as he posed with the vehicle in a couple of Instagram posts, as well as some of his music videos. And lastly, Lil Durk also owns a Chevy Blazer monster truck, which he customized in matte black color, which cost him around $100,000. Lil Durk's car collection isn't just massive, but it's also mind-blowing and fitting to a man with his net worth. Lil Durk is one of the few rappers who's iced out from his teeth to his toes. In original diamonds, I must add. Lil Durk has a massive jewelry collection worth over $1 million. His first expensive piece of jewelry was his LTF, Only the Family chain, which cost him $25,000, and at the time he purchased it, he knew nothing about jewelry, and he assumed anybody could make jewelry. Currently, 2 jewelry makers customize his ice, Icebox in Atlanta and Izzy the Jeweler. He got a custom watch from Izzy the Jeweler worth $95,000, a 705-gram Cuban chain worth $85,000, 3 Cuban chokers worth $17,000 each. Easy the Jeweler also made 3 custom Cuban rings and 3 Cuban bracelets for Lil Durk. The rings cost between $6,000 to $7,000, while the bracelets cost $13,000 to $14,000 and $15,000 each. He owns an icebox customized ring with the number 300. According to Lil Durk, the number is significant to him and some of his really close friends. The ring cost him $23,000. He also purchased a customized chain with the words "Durk Yo Crazy" from Icebox. He blew $35,000 on the jewelry. That's not all in his jewelry collection. He owns a Patek Philippe Nautilus with 18K carat of gold, adorned with VVS2 VS1 Clarity diamonds, an afterset stainless steel skeleton, 40mm Santos de Cartier. According to reports, the watch cost him $45,000. After spending so much money on jewelry, it should surprise you that Lil Durk could be a little bit careless with some of his jewelry. In an interview with GQ, he revealed that he's misplaced 4 jewelry items that amount to a total of $75,000. He had a 2-row ring, which he got as a birthday gift for himself for $35,000. Unfortunately, he lost the ring in an Uber ride home just 2 days after his birthday.
I left in the Uber. Hey, Uber driver, you found my ring? You up? No. That's your tip, man. Go ahead, you set your life.
He also had an iced out chain worth $20,000, which his sister misplaced, and a bracelet worth $17,000, which he misplaced. Not many rappers can boast of a jewelry collection as expensive as Lil Durk's. Not many rappers have the opportunity to own a business outside the music industry. I mean, to afford what billionaires can splurge their money on, you need to be able to get into some business deals. From the looks of it, Lil Durk understands the lifestyle of billionaires. Lil Durk moved from Chicago to Atlanta to grow personally in his music and in his business. It struck him in Atlanta to start up a trucking company and a real estate agency.
Like, I got my own trucking company, own real estate company, like.
According to Lil Durk, he started his trucking business because he believed that rappers always go broke as they splurge their money on various things and never invest in anything.
If rapping stopped right now, a lot of y'all going broke. A lot of y'all gonna be broke.
He didn't want to be that kind of rapper. Lil Durk started his trucking company in 2018 with only 2 trucks, and with steady hard work and dedication, he got 9 trucks on the road. For starters, purchasing a truck isn't exactly the easiest vehicle to buy, and now he has over 12 trucks in his company. He revealed that his company offers Amazon and eBay shipping, home moving especially for his realty business, and many more heavy-duty movements. In an interview, he revealed that he admired rappers like Drake, Jay-Z, Diddy, and 50 Cent. According to Lil Durk, these men put out motivational and encouraging videos that push him to get into business outside the rap industry. Lil Durk certainly has the business mindset of a billionaire, and he makes sure that anyone who works under his business is decent enough to actually ride his trucks. As for his realty business, he basically buys houses and flips them. That's a pretty smart investment move, and not many rappers can do that. Lil Durk may spend his money on any material thing money can buy, but one thing he never neglects is helping people who can't fend for themselves. Growing up, Lil Durk was pretty rough financially, so he understands how it could be difficult for some families to afford meals. For this reason, Lil Durk is involved in charity donation organizations. In fact, his charity expands beyond people who can't fend for themselves, but also people who put in their service to the community. He recently donated free meals to health workers who were in the front line of the COVID pandemic. He also made sure they had dinner to take home with them at the end of the day. When asked by TMZ why he made such a charity donation, he said, "Everyone back home has been in my thoughts, especially those doing something for the community and all the neighborhood heroes. I thought about all the first responders putting their lives on the line to help out, and it inspired me. So I took a jet back to Chicago to show my thanks." Lil Durk founded an organization, Neighborhood Heroes Foundation, which is a non-profit organization with the goal of empowering future heroes and achieving social change. Lil Durk's involvement in giving back to society goes way back to 2016 when he surprised 2 families with Christmas presents. He gave one of the families $1,500 and the other $1,000 to purchase gifts for Christmas. In all, Lil Durk is a free giver, and he sure has the money to spare, so why not?
I grew up with nothing, I'm saying, but my mama, she did a good job, best she could do, but I grew up with nothing.
As a spicy bonus to this list, I'd like to add that Lil Durk has a huge walk-in closet of designer clothes and designer perfumes. I mean, why not? Show me a rapper who doesn't own designer wares. Anyway, Lil Durk isn't like any rapper. He has an exceptional sense of fashion and a taste for classy designer outfits in the closets of Louis Vuitton, Calvin Klein, Givenchy, and Gucci. He carries a bottle of Dior Sauvage cologne wherever he goes to spice up his day. Well, I'd love to stay and tell you all about his crazy sneaker collection with the best designer combos. I can only tell you 5 items Lil Durk buys that only billionaires can splurge on. Do you think other rappers in the game can spend this much money?